Yeah, the day has come. One of the three pillars, in my opinion: Samba, soccer, and then Carnival. Finally, I'm going to talk about this subject. I think, in my opinion, when a foreigner talk about Brazil, it's the first thing that came in their mind, and that's fine. I think every country has your stereotype, and yeah, I would like to talk about Brazilian Carnival. But obviously, let's gonna start putting the song. There you go. So, hey buddies, my name is Andrey, and if you don't know me, I'm here on YouTube to talk about Brazil. And of course, I would like to use my phrase, we are more than samba, football, and carnival. But I think it's important to talk about one of the maximal culture thing that we exported to the whole world. And I think it's important to talk about, and I'm here. So, first of all, I would like to put into two parts: before Brazil and then after Brazil, okay? So let's go to start with the part one. Searching about the history behind, historians believe that it started in ancient Egypt or in the medieval Europe, and it was a kind of a cult that farmers asked for good harvests in the seasons. But it was in the period of the Romans that the things really changed. So this classical festival, this medieval carnival, let's say that, was held in honor of Dionysus, the wine god. Dionysus. Dionisio in my accent. These parties promoted drunkenness, so it was very common to see people kissing everywhere and having party characteristics that it's not so different from today, right? In the Middle Ages, with the increasing of the Catholic Church power, these festivals were seen as sinful and greatly exaggerated. So in order to display the new faithful, the church decided to keep the party, but with some conditions. So Lent, or Quaresma in Portuguese, Quaresma comes from quadragésimo, which is 40th in Portuguese, was created. So basically was 40-day period marked by fasting and repentance of past sins. It's important to remember that this event precedes Holy Week, which is a Christian tradition that celebrates the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. But on the other hand, this crazy party with crazy people was renamed Carnavale, which in Latin literally means goodbye meat. Now I ask you, did they stop the population? Of course not, because for 40 days, yes. But before Lent, before Quaresma, everyone was drinking in the streets and going crazy for weeks and even months. It was very common: public games, plenty of drink and food everywhere. But living this collective madness, the streets had plays, masked parties, and musical performances. So this is the end of part one, talking about Carnival, and we are going after Brazil and how the Carnival evolved in Brazil. So if you are enjoying it, please thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below if you have any question about Brazil, about Carnival. I'm here to help you. By the way, my name is Andrey. I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, nice to meet you, or you can call me Brazilian Buddy. And yeah, I think that's it. Part two. Knowing this information, the beginning of Carnival, we're going to Brazil. So this festival was first established, obviously, in Rio de Janeiro, or Rio in your accent, between the 16th and 17th century, brought by Portuguese colonizers. If you don't know, Brazil was colonized by Portugal, so yeah, we speak Spanish. No, actually it's Portuguese, so it's not Brazilian or Spanish. I already explained in another video. I'm gonna put somewhere, I don't remember, it's here or here, which is super interesting. So here in Brazil, Carnival started to be called as Shrovetide, or in Portuguese, Entrudo, and had different characteristics from the original European Carnival. At the Entrudo, at the Shrovetide, which is super complicated for me to pronounce, people went to the streets and threw water, flour, coffee, ink, and even pee and mud on each other on a kind of a prank for centuries ago. The Shrovetide Entrudo lasted for 3 days and took place before Quaresma, Lent, remember? So 40 days of fasting, etc. But the richest people in Rio, the Brazilian elite, saw this party as violent and inappropriated. They wanted to celebrate too, but in the traditional European model, such as the famous masked parties and so on. So in 1840 onwards, a campaign started for the end of Entrudo in Brazil. With the high values in parties, the population in general began to practice these street parties, and many carnival societies were created, as we can see exactly today, with street parties everywhere, a lot of songs, actually carnival songs, we say marchinhas, and I'm gonna put a few playlists below, and craziness everywhere, exactly as we can see nowadays. It was during this period that was the evolution of what we call Brazilian Carnival. Popular dances were created, such as maracatu, frevo, and one of the most famous Brazilian music genres of all time. Yeah, Samba. This is not a video talking about Samba, but with Carnival is the perfect match. So if you want to know more about Samba, I suggest you to watch the other video, the Samba history, which is super nice and amazing. And but Samba also can be a dance. So Carnival and Samba, the perfect match. And it's exactly as you can see in television channels with this crazy rhythm, super fast with their legs. If you can dance Samba, congratulations for you. It's very difficult. I'm Brazilian, I cannot do, unfortunately. And the musical instruments such as cavaquinho, guitar, tambourine, or repique and tantã define the musicality of Samba and Carnival. The success of the Samba schools led to the construction of Sambódromo, Samba plus Drummond, in 1984 in Rio, and it's exactly there that happens these famous parades that we can see in the televisions. According to the National Trade Confederation in Brazil, in 2019, the carnival involved nearly of 7 billion reais, which amounts of approximately 1 billion and 240 million dollars. Amount of money. You might ask me, hey buddy, what's the best places to experience the Brazilian Carnival? I will tell you the best options and then you can decide which is the best, okay? So in my opinion, first of all, Rio, obviously, São Paulo, Salvador, Olinda, and Ouro Preto, okay? Rio de Janeiro, Salvador, Olinda, São Paulo, and Ouro Preto. And when happens Carnaval, the way that we say, it's around February and March. We don't have an exactly date of this wonderful and biggest festival of Brazil. So buddies, I explained you everything that I could, this beautiful festival called Carnaval or Carnival. And I hope you like this episode. If you have any question, please don't forget to comment below, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more about Brazil. Thank you so much. Muito obrigado for you to be here. I love you so much. And I see you in the next episode. Bye. See ya. Falou. Ciao.